Right. So today we are going to discuss about HL7 messaging structure. As we all know, whenever we are working on the healthcare environment, normally HL7 is a kind of messaging structure which is used to transfer the electronic data between the healthcare systems and all everything. So because the kind of encryption format we have to follow in context to the healthcare environment itself is concerned, when there is any kind of messaging we wants to transform between and among healthcare systems and all, HL7 messaging system is what something which normally we use it. In this regard, whenever we are performing the messaging structure in context to the HL7 part itself is concerned, which is normally in a ASCII format. Generally, we use in ASCII format for that. Whatever the format are we going to use is called ASCII format in this regard, because there are different formats which must be used and all, because whatever the ASCII formats we are using, which majorly require us for us to make some effort to interpret the data, interpret the messages what another system has received. This is what something essentially required whenever we are working on HL7 messaging, especially when we are trying to understand about this as a role of a business analyst or the professionals who are belongs to the healthcare environment. In this regard, there are different segments are there, especially different HL7 segments do we have. So first of all, being into learning perspective, we need to understand about what are the different HL7 segments do we have and all everything is what something we need to know. So there are different segments in healthcare HL7 segments. So different healthcare segments we have. So HL7 segments we have. The first one is called MSH, right? So this is what generally, which is called a message header segment, which majorly contains the kind of information about the message, what is that we are going to send. And this information includes the kind of sender as well as the receiver of the message. At the same time, the kind of message are we going to provide this, followed by the kind of date and as well as time. Everything will be mentioned under MSH. This is what we call it as message header. Whatever the message you are going to send, that is all comes under MSH pointer. The second segment, which is the second segment, which is called PID. This is what generally we call it as PID stands for. PID, nothing but patient information, the kind of segmentation we are doing based on the demographic information about the patient, like the patient name, right? So patient ID, address, all these things are comes under PID part. The third segment, normally which is called NK1, right? So this is one more segment we use, next of kin, right? So this segment consists of the contact information of the patients. At the same time, next of kin, all these things are comes under NK1. Last but not least, one more segment which is normally we use is called PV1. Okay, this is what something we use it. So PV1 is a segment which is called as patient visit, wherein whatever the segments contains the information about the patient's hospital stay, like the kind of assigned location, at the same time referring doctors. All these things are comes under the HL7 segments are. So these are the segmentations which normally, if there is any kind of messaging, are we going to send to different healthcare systems between as well as among the healthcare systems. So when it comes to the segmentation itself is concerned, this is how generally the segmentation we do. So again, I'm repeating, one is about MSH, which is for message header. Whatever the message you are going to send, the header will be there in that. Next was about the patient information. For that, PID is the form, PSD is the segment we use. NK1 is a segment which will be used for the consists of the contact information, etc. Followed by PV1 is about the patient visit. Followed by the, if there is any kind of hospital stays or locations, All these things are comes under this category. So these are the general segments which normally we uses whenever we are working on the HL7 message structure, which is essentially useful for the people working as the role of a business analyst in healthcare. Apart from that, if there is any kind of technical or development roles we are planning, this is what and how usually these segments followed by the format structure is what one must be good with. This is all about this. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.